In today's video, we will take a look at the MindHub profiles of the eponymous friends in the Friends TV series. Let's get into it. First up, Monica Geller. Monica is chided often for being uptight and wanting things just so. In the MindHub system, the desire for maintaining control of the situation or environment can come from a few different places. In Monica's case, we see that it is stemming from her desire for competence. When she is annoyed or frustrated, it is because she perceives something is not ideally physically arranged or disturbs her sense of beauty. This sense of perfectionism extends to her culinary sensibility as well. Since cooking is her job, we can say that her life direction or aim in the MindHub system is competence or wanting to be exemplary in one's chosen profession. As the show goes on, she also directs herself toward a family aim, starting her own family with Chandler. In terms of behavior, Monica also shows an extreme level of the drive revenge which we call autocracy. Monica has no qualms about bossing people around, cutting them off or ordering them to do what needs to be done in her eyes. Monica also shows primary ego. She believes she deserves recognition for both her professionalism, her taste and other personal qualities. She is uber confident in any competitive situations and aggressive in her pursuit to win. Monica also shows primary boredom and is content to indulge in lots of silly activities. Her goofiness and the family and friends aims remaining high priorities, balance out her otherwise overly strict personality. Next, the crowd favorite, Chandler Bing. For Chandler, life is about people. He is most concerned with friends and lovers, and in the early part of the show is particularly focused on finding his other half. His search for love is a subject of quite a number of funny episodes, and it shows a side of him that is very self-conscious and that tends to idealize women he would like to begin relationships with. Though he is quite sarcastic on a daily basis, when it comes to sincere discussion Chandler is quite careful with both his significant others and his friends, not wanting to hurt anyone. Chandler's combination of aims and drives is endearing, because he has to deal with a lot of personal tension. He is lonely and often annoyed with situations in his environment. Chandler has primary resentment in the MindHub system, meaning he often believes that others are to blame for his misfortunes. In a few episodes, we get a glimpse of Chandler's relationships with his estranged parents who he blames anecdotally for his addiction to smoking and his sarcasm. His father performs drag, which is embarrassing and painful for him and takes him a long time to accept. In his relationship with Janice, he is continually annoyed and blames her characteristic laugh and personality quirks for their unhappiness as a couple. Since he has so much difficulty managing his own feelings and trying not to hurt others, he ends up running away from her, even going to Yemen. He is not graceful in forming or ending relationships until the latter seasons of the show. Resentment in general, when it is not in combination with other inner drives or extreme drives, can be expressed in sarcasm or in other quite humorous ways. Chandler also has primary boredom, which is shown in the amount of funny games he plays, his million subscriptions to various magazines, and his love of television. He also shows primary attachment, as he is ready to sacrifice or support close people. He is willing even to sacrifice a potential love interest and is tortured by guilt when he falls for Joey's girlfriend. Likely, Chandler also has friends as a relatively high priority, and throughout the show he listens and gives sincere advice to his close ones. His mix of grouchiness and sincerity is relatable to fans. Joey is a simple guy, he wants nice food, beautiful women, and to act. His most obvious aim in life is to have a great variety of new experiences, which is an aim in the MindHub we call fun. Perhaps less obvious is a second aim we call hierarchy. Joey wants to make it. He wants to become famous and rise in the ranks of the film industry. Joey wants to succeed in his acting career, but he shows no sign of having an aim we call competence, which means desire to build up expertise. Surprisingly, it is not so rare to find people who want to climb the social ladder without caring too much about their skill, but in Joey's case his looks and charisma help him get at least halfway there. Joey also enjoys attention and has a primary drive we call ego. He thinks he deserves roles and women based on his looks and other attributes. The other friends often make jokes about his womanizing, and we see him swap intimate partners frequently in the first seasons of the show, as well as in his spin-off which was supposed to take place after the show. His ego would be highly functional for his chosen career. Finally, we see Joey participating in many unrelated activities. He doesn't seem to have any real hobbies, but he has strange pets, plays games and gambles, and is willing to do whatever his friends seem up for. This points to Joey having a boredom drive. This combination of ego, lust, and boredom is quite social and very proactive, meaning he is prone to impulsive behavior. Joey lacks any inner drives and so does not seem edgy or intense in any way. Next, we have Rachel Green. Rachel's direction in life is to achieve independence and to have the resources to do so. At the start of the show, she is breaking away from her fiancé and the support of her family. She is faced with the challenge of making her own money. In the MindHub, we would say she has a finance aim foremost, followed by an aim we call friends. Often the second aim bolsters the first, and in Rachel's case she is able to depend on her friends for housing and some monetary support initially. Her drives are largely in alignment with her aims. She shows a drive we call greed in the system, which is wanting more money. We see her always asking for advance payment for work not yet done and for raises from her time at the coffee shop through her more prestigious jobs. We also witness Rachel's shopping addiction throughout the run of the series. She is able to make this work in her favor later by choosing a career in fashion. Rachel also seems to have a primary ego drive, since she seems overly confident about what she deserves professionally and in her dating life. Her last drive is likely boredom, as she also doesn't seem focused in her activities. The scenes shown of her at work show scattered energy and preoccupation with other ideas even when she's on the clock. She also seems always available for whatever her friends want to do. Fifth, Ross Geller. Ross is a nerd. Ross has a competence aim. He loves his dinosaurs and he will continue to study dinosaurs intensively for the rest of his fictitious life. Also a very strong aim for Ross is what we call intimate. People with high intimate aim prioritize their significant others or potential significant others above other areas of life. One risk of having intimate very high in the aims is that there is a tendency to give away control of important decisions to other people or partners. The risk may be even higher if combined with a primary attachment drive, which Ross does seem to have. Primary attachment is a readiness to suffer losses for close ones. Even when Rachel and Joey get together, he is able to overcome his intense feelings to support them. Because of the risks related to his high intimate aim, the loss of relationships hits him quite hard, and after he experiences many breakups, the disappointment accumulates. Ross shows primary regret in the MindHub, meaning he is self-recriminating for past choices. Ross is often quite whiny and unsure of his choices. Ross's last drive is less shown and more told on the show, but we know that he continues to research, write papers, and teach in academic settings. He would have a primary ambition drive in the MindHub. This combination of drives makes him the only predominantly reactive character in the group. Last but not least, there's Phoebe Buffay. Phoebe has had a very interesting life leading up to the show. She often refers to her time as a homeless woman living in the streets of New York. Her upbringing and experience informs her life aim. Phoebe is explicit about her commitment to her own offbeat brand of spirituality and what she can do to be helpful to her community. In the MindHub system, she has both spirituality and community aims, meaning she is trying to become a better version of herself and to serve the needs of others. She seems to act in accordance with her aims, particularly as she develops a primary compassion drive. She is often seen volunteering for various causes, doing telethons, working in soup kitchens, ringing bells on the corner at Christmas, and even going so far as to offer herself as a surrogate mother for her brother and his teacher wife. She also shows primary principles as she is willing to sacrifice for ideas she believes in. She refuses to give money or support to large corrupt organizations and often tells the other friends the way they should be acting, especially when they fight. Phoebe does seem to swing a bit between two other primary drives during the show's run. She shows primary ego, particularly as a performer. When she has a guitar, she's a bit of a prima donna and expects recognition and rapt admiration from everyone. She also sometimes shows unexpected bouts of resentment. Even when she is volunteering, she can take jabs at the people she's supposed to be helping. She can also resort to physical violence quite quickly. She is less worried about her close attachments than the other friends. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy our content, please think about backing the project on Patreon or Subscribestar. We'd also love to hear your thought in the comments below.